Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is AhTravesty playing some Neverwinter Nights 2 with the Aftershock mod. Alright, we've been coming down this road here, hacking up a bunch of undead, heading toward the city to deal with the brothers. And on the way toward the transition, we notice there's this woman down here. We haven't spoken to her yet. Off camera, I did rest up and buffed up with my long duration stuff, just in case this turns into a combat or something like that. So let's go see what this woman has to say. Impressive. Do you do that sort of thing a lot? Not quite on that scale, but the fighting part's getting rather regular these days. Who are you people, and what are you doing here? Be careful. She's a witch, and I can sense dark magic on her. Oh, do you? Be careful, everybody. He's a paladin, and I sense self-righteousness in him. I'm starting to like this woman. That's impressive, priestess. I can tell what you are, too, but you have a power that I cannot comprehend. So, to repeat my question, who are you all, and why are you here? How do we know we can trust you? We don't. He is correct. You don't, and maybe you can't, but to break the impasse, I will introduce myself. I am Isabella, and up until this shitstorm hit, I was the palace sorceress. Now your turn. Alright then, Isabella. I'm Rodan, and my companions are Marissa, the one who you can't quite work out, Garth the paladin, and Zara, who's a bard. I'm not really a bard. I just like to do their things. I suppose you can't really be a real bard without an audience, or something like that. I don't think it matters, Zara. It doesn't. But why are you traveling this way? I would have thought the mountains were safer. Or do you like fighting the dead? We don't really seem to have much choice. True. I was watching that particular bunch. Very strange. Those wights were like shepherds leading a flock. I'd hoped to see where they were going, but, well, you kind of put a stop to my investigation. There wasn't anything we could do about that. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind. It was just rather interesting. I've spent a lot of time watching the chaos from the shadows lately. My kind is not exactly liked at the moment. Then why dress like that? I don't when I'm in public, but when I am alone, it is what I choose as a reminder of who I am. I can easily make random hunter or farmer forget they ever saw me. That must mean we're not the public or a danger? No, you're not. And you're not from around here either. If you were, you'd probably be living in the crypt with the others. People are living in a crypt? Yes. The dead left and the living moved in for safety. I suppose it's the obvious choice, really. But they lock it up at night when they stay inside, and that is when I get to roam around. You don't live in the crypt, then? No. It's a bit of an invite-only thing. Besides, I have a job outside as a mad beggar. Sounds like the mighty have fallen quite a bit. They fell off a cliff, Rodan. When the dead attacked the city, some of the army ran off, and the rest were massacred, so became part of the dead army. The palace was destroyed, and everyone still alive, rich or poor, is now a slave. The dead have been turned or used for experiments. The streets were running with blood. Houses burned, and everything was gone in one night. It was impressive, but I wish I had never seen it. How did you escape all this carnage? Magic, of course. They could not see me as I walked out of the city, stepping over the bodies and slipping on the blood and bits of people. The Emperor was an asshole, but nobody deserved what happened on that night. It's certainly been bad. But why did you work for the Emperor if you obviously didn't like him? Palace life is full of luxury, and I wasn't going to part with that despite the idiot in chief always trying it on with me. I could practice my magic in the best surroundings. I commanded a position of power, and I wanted for nothing. But you did not feel the desire to defend that privilege and fight the undead. Mr. Paladin, there is such a thing as overwhelming force and impossible odds. The mages controlling the army have some sort of spell that can make people die come back on their side. It would have been suicide to stand and fight. Perhaps, but if you are such a powerful sorceress, you might have given others time to escape. It would have been better than just running away. Who said I just ran away? Who said I didn't blow a couple of holes in the city wall for people to climb through? Who says I didn't carry a child under my invisibility spell to safety, or teleport a family out of a burning house? You were not there. Do not question my actions. All right, everybody, calm down. We've all been through hell recently, and this doesn't help. So, Isabella, what are your plans now? Sorry, I only have one plan, and that's to stay alive. Where are you four heading? You are certainly not the usual bunch of refugees struggling to find safety. We're just looking around to see what we can do to help. You don't trust me, I get it. Keep your plans to yourself. But answer me one question. How is the priestess still alive like that? I have never been interested in necromancy, but she has me intrigued. That's not really a question for me to answer. No, it's definitely my department. Firstly, how do you know I'm a priestess? You are not a sorceress. You are not a witch or a cleric, but you can do magic. Fair enough. As for me being like this, let's just say it took a lot of faith, which is something I am not sure I have in you at the moment. I understand. So you have a god on your side. You'll probably need it. Look me up in town. I accept all gifts of food and drink. Mention who I am, and I will kill you all, despite the consequences of being recognized for what I am. Fair enough, whoever you are. I can't argue with that. It wouldn't be wise to. Farewell, Rodon. Farewell to you, too. Come on. Wow. A journal update. Crypt life. Apparently the people in the next town are living in a crypt. It would be rude not to pay them a visit. Alright, I guess we're heading on toward the city then. Start the next module, no returning. Here we go. Hadley. That must be the name of the town. Oh, there's somebody over here, some guards. Alright, let's take a look at the map. We're down here. There's the crypt they must be that she was talking about apparently, and the beach is up ahead across the bridge. Alright, I guess we're going to go this way first, talk to these guards. This place looks quite nice, but I think it's time I went Tamlonian. We're right by the crypt, and you never can tell with crypt people. Good idea. Although, without being a Tamlonian, you might be able to declare ownership. Maybe throw someone out of your bedroom. Or tell them off for leaving a mess in your home. Haha, very amusing, you three. And for the record, I have no desire to live in a crypt, dead or alive. Anyway, I thought it was Garth that was the crypt fan. A crypt fan? Is this a flag-waving and cheering fan? Or more of a crypt tourist sort of thing? You know what I mean. Well, there's one person who's not a fan of crypts around here, and that's Isabella. What do you think about her? I don't know yet. I don't trust her, but I don't think she was lying about saving people in the city. She was genuinely upset about what I said, and I feel quite guilty that I accused her of doing nothing. Don't worry about it, Garth. I'm sure she's not bothered now. She just thinks paladins are all self-righteous and like that, so she's unlikely to hold a grudge. I quite like her, really. What, because of her views on paladins? Did I say that? Anyway, Garth's not an average paladin. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You do realize, Garth, that Marissa just paid you a compliment. I am feeling weak and rather faint. Probably because we're near the sea. That's not fair. But seeing as we're on the coast, have you got any idea where we are, Zara? No, we never came this far away from home. But for the record, I think Isabella's on our side. Any particular reason? She didn't have to show herself as who she is, or even at all. True, that was pretty honest of her, but it could have been to scare or impress us. Scare or impress the people that just wiped out a flock of zombies? Why would you want to do that? I don't know. Anyways, let's go see what this crypt is all about. Come on. Alright, was there any new journal updates? Nope. Alright, let's go. Yeah. Let's have Garth lead out. The guards. Who are you, and what do you want? We're just some travelers that were passing this way, that's all. You want to trade and have some shelter for a while? You won't find anywhere safer than this place. All the dead are gone. It's underground and solid as a rock. No buggers getting in there in a hurry. You live in the crypt? Yeah, we do, but it's a lot nicer than you'd imagine. In what way? You'll have to go in and see for yourself, but you've got to pay the entrance fee first. Just to make sure you're genuine and not here to cause trouble. We can't go letting in strangers in here because there's all sorts of bad people out there now. I'm sure you understand. How much? You see, the thing is, we don't need money. What we need is more of a commitment, a show of willing to help around the place. Yeah, you know, a desire to be one of the family, a team player. Kind of, you scratch my back and we'll scratch yours sort of thing. And if we're not into back scratching, then you miss out. And seeing as you know about this place, we might not be too happy about you leaving in case you come back with people to attack us. That's not a threat. It's just that we have to keep everything safe. I'm sure you understand. You look like a decent enough man. Are you two a double act? I'm beginning to wonder myself. So, what's this price we have to pay? It could be nothing, or it could be something. There's an old temple in these parts, and a couple of people that turned up here said it's haunted now. So we'd like you to take a look for us. Well, with all the dead around here these days, we can't go having something like that on our doorstep. It might even attract more of the buggers, and nobody wants that. No, I'm sure they don't. And you just want us to see if this is true? Yes, seeing as you look like you can take care of yourselves, I think it's a good way of showing that you mean us no harm. Don't you agree? Even if it's not for them, we should have a look anyway, just in case. Fair enough. Where is it? Back the way you came. There's a small path on the left, and that leads to the temple. There are a couple of men watching it at the moment. You can send them back, or get them to join you if you want. Alright, we'll see what we can do. We should have a look around town first. I want to see the sea and, well, I just want to see the sea. There could be someone we know here, too. You know someone we met on the road recently? Off on a tour it is, then. Come on. Alright, these guys say anything else? Haven't you got somewhere to go? You still here? Okay, apparently we're not getting in there. Alright, let's see. We did have a journal update. In order to get in the crypt, you will need to investigate a nearby temple. Talk to Isabella about it first. Okay, apparently she's here somewhere. But it sounds like we need to go back this way. Oh, yeah, there's Isabella standing right there. Oh, there's somebody else over there too, a human. Yeah, this place is definitely destroyed. Oh, Marissa just said something. Oh, look, a local madwoman. How nice. Isabella. Let's talk to her. Got any wine for Izzy? Any particular vintage, Madam Izzy? Normally I would go for the 75, but I'm getting rather fond of forest vodka these days. Sorry, but we're all out of forest vodka at the moment. This is your new home, is it? Yes, my daytime retreat. Quite nice, really, all things considering. I can always have a wash by the river, then put my dirty clothes back on. The assholes here have given up on me ever since I kept talking to my invisible dog when they arrived. Does it bite? No, it's a bit of a softie, really. Well, what do you think of the seaside paradise of Hadley, then? You're lucky it's not so busy at the moment. You can get to choose which burnt-out building you want now. That is lucky, isn't it? Is this Hadley Bay? No, apparently this is Hadley. The bay is further along. How do you know about it? The bay is just a place for pirates to hide. I guess it must be infamous then. Yes, I suppose it is. This whole area was infamous for smugglers and pirates. The Emperor didn't mind, as he did quite well out of it. He always got some nice smuggled gifts, and the pirates did little jobs for him sometimes. Nice. Then why did you choose here? Honestly, I wanted to get on a boat and leave the country, but now I suppose I've got some sort of strange fascination for what's going on and what people are doing. A sort of life lesson. Having a look at the view from the bottom. Yes, Rodon, that's pretty much it. Excuse me, Madam Izzy, but how long were you at the palace? About 9 years. Why? Do you wonder about the grand balls and parties? Yes, with guests all dressed up in amazing clothes. Did you meet lots of people? You know, lords and ladies, that sort of thing? Well, of course. They were the usual visitors. The Emperor didn't invite anybody that wasn't rich, unless they were dancing girls, but you really don't want to know about that sort of thing. You're right, I don't. But I met a lady once, too. It was a Lady Jane, but that was quite a long time ago. Do you know her? If we're talking about the same Lady Jane, then I did know her, and she was a good woman. Unfortunately, she was killed by bandits a few years ago when she was traveling somewhere. We were all very upset about it. Oh dear, that sounds tragic. You're right, Rodon, that's really sad. She seems all right to me when I met her. I guess only the good die young. Is that why we're all still alive? Speak for yourself. Yes, you do seem to be having a few life issues at the moment, don't you, Priestess? It's Marissa, not Priestess. So, Izzy, why is it that you don't set up camp in the trees? It's got to be better than on the street. Not such a good begging spot, though, is it? No, it isn't. But thank you for your concern, Marissa. It's lucky that some of the trees still survived, isn't it? I suppose nature has its way of carrying on just like us. That's because it's more powerful than fires and destruction and will always adapt. Like your goddess Shantea, that explains a lot. Such as? You tricked me. Yes, I did, and I'm sorry, but I had to know, and now I do. Necromancers and their gods can only keep things dead, but different. A goddess of nature is one of rare kind that can restore things, like your mind. That is a true blessing you have. I know it is, and seriously, forget it. Just stay under the trees. It's much better for your health. Maybe, but not only do I get to see more here, I'm also further away from the eyes of the crypt. Have you met the dear residents? Just the guards. They want us to go and investigate some old temple. Otherwise, they won't let us in. Unfortunately, you'll have to do it. It might even have something to do with the flock of zombies you dealt with. It's in the same direction. You didn't have anything else planned, did you? I'm not getting tricked into giving answers, too, and we'd already sort of worked out what we didn't have much choice. But you seem quite happy about us looking into the crypt, too. That's because I am. They'll watch you when you leave. Something's going on with that crypt. It's not magic. They're not part of what happened, but they're up to something. People go in there and never come out. Now that's a better reason to go to this temple, just to find out about the crypt. I like you, Rodon. I thought there was something different about you all when we first met. Even you, Mr. Paladin. Madam Izzy, I am sorry for what I said about you being a coward. It was very wrong of me to jump to conclusions and do so. He's priceless, isn't he? Don't worry about it, Paladin. And for the record, it was 3 holes I put in the city wall. There she is, my favorite drinking partner. How's it going, Izzy? I'm fine, Frank. These people were just wondering if I was all right. They even gave me some gold coins, too. We felt sorry for the poor thing. That's very kind of you, sir. All folks should be like that. Not like most of the bastards you meet these days. That is too true. I'll tell you what, Izzy, my dear. I just knocked up a special batch. I've put some berries in it, too, to add a bit of a flavor just for you. Kind of a ladies' drink it is. But it's still got a kick, like a mule. Will you be coming over later? I wouldn't miss it for the world. After sunset, as usual? It's a date, then. I could get used to all these dates with a gorgeous woman like you, Iz. It's been good to meet you all, and good luck in whatever you do. Thanks, Hank. Good to meet you, too. Is that your boyfriend? In a way, yes, he is. He'd never have been Isabella's, but Izzy's surprisingly happy with him. Does he know? He knows the what, but not the who. I understand. We better leave you to prepare you for your hot date. Take care, Izzy. No doubt we'll see you around. You will indeed. Have fun at the temple, and don't forget to keep me posted, please. We'll try to. Come on. Alright. Another journal update. Isabella says something strange is happening in the crypt, and you have no choice but to go investigate the temple. Alright, she say anything else? Later, my dears. Don't forget, I've got a date to keep. Alright, let's take a look through the rest of the ruins here. Alright, oh, there's some people over here, some guards. And more guards. Oh, let me guess, they're going to make sure we go up that road, huh? Let's talk to these guys. You can't go this way. It's only for people we know. Don't even think about it. Yeah, they're not going to let us leave, huh? Looks like we got no choice but to go that way and check out the temple. Which is fine with me. It's not like I'm going to ignore it. It's good to see my old friend again, but our beach is much nicer. Hasn't got the sinking ships either. No, it hasn't. Our boat was on fire and falling apart when I saw it last. Don't forget, you've got your new one now. I know. It's just that looking at these ships reminds me there were probably people trying to get out of here during the attack, just like we were, trapped and surrounded. If we couldn't get a small boat out in time, they had no chance. They must have thought being in the sea was safe, too, because they knew it well like us. Sorry, I'll stop making all miserable now. It's all right to remember things, to be sad, Zara. If you didn't, you'd be a heartless person, and we can't all be one of them. That's strictly my job. So, back off, sister, and don't try to steal my thing. I think you just proved that you do have a heart. It doesn't do much, though, does it? So now I'm broken-hearted instead of heartless, am I? Well, that's a brilliant choice, isn't it? It's not broken, and you're not heartless. It's just having a rest. You feel sad and you feel happy with your resting heart, so that means it's not the part of you that feels such things. A broken or missing spirit, that's a real problem. You're right, Zara, and last time I checked, all our spirits are doing pretty well. He's been checking our spirits, Zara. That's a bit creepy, isn't it? You're right, it is. How did he manage that? I always keep mine close by. Do you think it wandered off when I was asleep? I don't know, but I'll be keeping a watch on mine from now onwards. Me too. I was thinking, and why do they call spirits spirits? What? Are we talking whiskey, ghosts, or personal spirits? It's going to be ghosts. He's obsessed with the dead. I suppose it's unlikely to be alcohol, too. You know what paladins and priests drink in their temples? Holy spirits. Oh, dear. That was pretty bad, Zara. That's nothing. Garth, do paladins get paid for getting rid of ghosts from houses and places like that? You know, like a donation to their temple sort of thing. It is not asked for, but normally a donation is made. Why? I just wondered that if someone didn't pay, would their house get repossessed? That was truly awful, Zara. I know, sorry, Garth. I do not mind, Zara. I thought it was a good joke, and I am pleased you are feeling happier. What was it you meant about spirits being called spirits? Well, if a ghost looks like a person but is called a spirit, are we saying that our spirits are like that? And that is what was left a body and become a ghost? Are our spirits shaped like our whole bodies, or do they assume that form? You know what? I have absolutely no idea, and I don't think even a spirit could tell us the answer. Garth, stop that now. Your head will explode trying to work something like that out. That sounds rather worrying. Stick your head in the sea before it's too late. On second thought, don't. There are bodies in there. No way I'm going in that. That's bad luck. Just put me off the idea, too. I think I'm not so keen on being at the beach now. I'll just remember mine and wait until I get back there before I dive into the sea. That's a very good idea. Come on. Alright. And there's some workers down there. Let's go talk to these workers and see if they know anything. Haven't seen you around here before. Have you come to give us some help? Maybe. What sort of help? Salvage, of course. We're getting what's left of the cargo off these ships. Yeah, if we get it all out, we might get a place in the crypt. Who decides who goes in and who stays out? I think the guards have to make sure we're good enough and want to help, that's all. These are bad times, and the crypt is as safe as it gets. Alright then, so how long have you been doing this for them? And have you got any idea how long you'll have to be out here? We've all been doing it since we arrived. It's a lot better than being outside of town. Yeah, and we'll carry on until the job's done, I suppose. A lot of the stuff we pull up is ruined, but there's enough good things still left. When there isn't, I'm sure that'll be us finished out here. We're all in this together, so we've got to go pull our weight. That's how it works. What if they just give you another job? People come here all the time. I guess like us, they figure that being near where ships come in has got to be the best way out of this land. New arrivals get the new jobs. That's how it works. They've let a few women in because there's no work for them out here, so it's not as if the place is closed up and nobody gets in. We'll get our turn soon enough. Good to see chivalry isn't dead around here, isn't it? Let's hope that's what it is. Look, just do the work and you'll get in. That's all there is to it. While you're waiting for the invite, you can sleep on the ship with us at night if you want. You sleep on the ship? Don't the guards keep watch at night? They'll all go in the crypts, of course. Safest place around. The ship's pretty good, though. No dead bastards are getting on there in a hurry, and no one can see us. Thanks for the offer. We'll keep it in mind. Well, you know where to find us. We're just warming up a bit before we get back in the sea. If we're not here, someone will be on the rowboat, so give us a shout. Do it before nightfall, though. We ain't coming to get you when it's dark. No problem, thanks. Huh. Yeah, these guards are pulling some kind of scam here. Alright, yeah, these guys don't have anything else to say. Alright, I don't see anything out on the dock. Alright, let's go on this side of town and see if there's anything. Alright, there's some more guards over here, I think. Yeah, let's talk to these guys. I'm sure they're saying the same thing too. Nothing to see here, just stay in town. Yeah, they're using everybody for slave labor. That's what they're doing. Alright, I don't see anything else in the ruins back here. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Alright, let's take a look at a map. Let's just take a quick look on this side, just to make sure there's nothing over there. And otherwise, we are running up on time. So I guess we're going to go investigate that temple in the next episode. Yeah, I don't see anything back here. Alright, just for the hell of it, let's talk to Izzy again. See if she might have something new to say since we just talked to those people over there.
Yes?
Nope.
What do you want?
Alright, so I guess we're going to go back out of town and check out this this temple here. But we're going to do that in the next episode. Don't forget to hit that like button if you guys are still enjoying these episodes, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you in the next one.